No problem.
So so you're working remotely today?
Yes, I'm working from home for the week. COVID issues. So yeah.
Yeah, well, take it easy and stay safe out there.
Oh.
So Pravesh, I wanted to just ask you a couple of questions that we could share with some of our clients in the education space, because I think it's important we all learn from each other. And you've been working with us now for, I think, just short of a year.
Yeah.
So what is your role at Richfield?
So I'm the group call center manager. I just joined Richfield during the period we were introducing LeadSquared to the business. So I'm the group call center manager. I'm responsible for Richfield in terms of sales and service, as well as our sister company, AAA School of Marketing.
And what kind of training courses do you guys offer at Richfield and AAA School of Marketing?
So we have over 300 qualifications that our students or students interested in Richfield can enroll for. Everything from your higher education and training to FET courses, native courses, so your N1 to N6. We also offer short learning programs, so you can do an Excel course with us as an example, up to a MBA. So,
Oh, wow. Sure, that's a lot of courses to administer.
yes.
So yeah, I mean, I actually do remember that, when we started implementing LeadSquared, you were actually the project lead,
Yes.
and you had just started. But before, obviously you joined Richfield, and before using LeadSquared, were you guys using any lead management systems, CRM, sales and marketing tools, or was it very much manual? Just take us back to.
So in my previous jobs, I've been in the call center industry for quite a number of years. We did use CRM tools and lead management tools, but to be really honest with you, in the past, a lot of our we relied heavily on our IT department in terms of uploading leads into the system, in terms of batch allocations, etc. Ever since I've joined Richfield and we've been working on LeadSquared, all those tools sit in my hands as an example. So I don't have that reliance on IT to be able to upload a list of leads I've received as urgent. The moment I receive it, I can load it into the system. I can allocate it. I can make sure it's dialed quick and efficiently so that we can get a better conversion out of it. And also joining Richfield, my first month in there, watching the team work, agents were allocated an Excel spreadsheet. They had thousands of leads sitting in there, and when you sit there and you ask them questions in terms of explain to me, your database of leads, what's your pipeline of leads, the guys couldn't give me a clear idea or understanding in terms of what they were doing. And now using LeadSquared, the guys have the queues, it's individually managed. And if I had to sit next to a consultant and say, just tell me, give me your pipeline, or if I had to go manually and pull out a report on the system, I'm able to see exactly what I can expect in terms of conversion by the end of the month, in terms of commitments to pay, in terms of payments received, etc. So so it's been great learnings over the years, but I think working with LeadSquared, it's something I'm very comfortable with at the moment in terms of how we manage.
And I mean, you mentioned the word conversions. I mean, have you realized an increase in your conversions from leads since you've been using LeadSquared?
So there wasn't any tools to really compare conversions previously in terms of what we did in Richfield to now. However, what we can see now is the ability to see what channels of marketing actually work and where our leads are coming in from. So, as an example, in the past, we never knew what percentage of sales we converted came from WhatsApp, as an example, or social media, or through our website. And now we have that ability to be able to see which are our channels that are actually working and the channels we have to direct more focus on in terms of reaching our targets. But yeah.
And you've been in the call center space for a long time. And I mean, Pravesh, I know you've worked on, in your career, you would have worked on so many different systems before. When you introduced your team, your call center users to LeadSquared, like, how do they find using LeadSquared? I mean, is it easy to use for them? What's it been like for your users to adopt LeadSquared?
So honestly, for the first, so the training was pretty simple. I mean, I think we were done within half a day, taking them through the system, showing them how it worked. I think what was overwhelming for them was moving from a manual process to an automated process where everything becomes so simple and easy. So it was a bit too good to be true for them for the first few days in terms of how easy it made things, how easy it was for us to have the ability to create automations. Instead of spending 8 minutes compiling an email to send to a student, you could just click a button and that email's gone, stating exactly what you wanted it to state for that specific student. So the guys very quickly bought into it. And then when we launched LeadSquared, I think we only had 5 staff in the call center. It wasn't our peak period of marketing. Uh, Between then to the end of Jan or Feb, I think we went up to 30 users in the system. And the training with the new users wasn't a formal training where we had to take them into a room and train them for a day or 2 days. It was on the floor training. They just buddied up with the experienced call center agent, and within a day, they were able to navigate the system and use it quite efficiently.
Oh, that's great. And I mean, are there any other, major, let me call it, problems you're trying to solve with LeadSquared? I mean, you guys have always got plans, for future growth, and kind of where to from here with with LeadSquared. I mean, where do you see LeadSquared fitting in to the rest of the business?
So there's a few projects we're working on at the moment, and LeadSquared is very integral to them. The first phase is we're trying to roll out LeadSquared throughout our entire business in terms of making it available to all our student advisors in our national footprint, so they can also manage the leads more effectively. Apart from that, we're looking at integrating LeadSquared into our in-house student management system, so that we don't have to start duplicating work on 2 different systems. The moment a lead comes into LeadSquared, we're looking to see how we can already create that information on our student system, so that it's just a matter of creating efficiencies in there. And we're also looking at rolling out LeadSquared into our student retention platform. So what we find is, sales and converting sales is very important. But we need to make sure we keep our students for the full duration of their course. So we're looking at using LeadSquared to have engagements over a 3-year period, as an example, with the students. Also using LeadSquared to send important information regarding examinations in terms of um, everything you can think of from a student retention perspective. We're looking at integrating into LeadSquared as well.
Sure, that's exciting. And Pravesh, you pretty much being the project lead, I mean, you've worked with quite a few people in our team, from, development to implementation, scoping. And I mean, what's your experience been like working with our team? Do we make it
So
easy to work with us? I'm sure we try our best to get it right most of the times, but what's your experience been like?
so initially, when I learned that the team are all based remotely outside of South Africa, I was a bit concerned. I said, how are we going to get such a big project, rolling smoothly when we all sitting so far away from each other? However, the experience I've had with every individual from Vivek in India to even Divashin here in South Africa is been very efficient. I mean, the guys are on time in terms of delivering any expectation in terms of the system enhancements. Sometimes you'll send a message at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is probably 11 or 12 in India, and you'll get a response. So the team has been great from implementation to rollout to support, and even sometimes answering some silly questions in regards to the system. They've always been great and supportive. So
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. Well, Pravesh, I mean, thank you very much for, taking the time to chat to me this morning. I mean, we look forward to, our journey with you and your team at Richfield. And yeah, I hope you feel better in the next couple of days, and we'll catch up with you soon.
thank you, Chantal.
It's a
Have a
pleasure.
good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.